Riley, Bonadouche, Vandell, Turner, Murphy, Settlemeyer was the number 8 qualifier, but he got thrown into the back. De Silva, Coleman, and then you've got Patnode and Lux. That was the field. And your early race leader is going to be Lucas Brunel.
Yeah, Brunel hustling out of there. Coleman came out second, and up into third quickly was Vandell.
You know, we talked about this, Brunel getting out in front. That's going to give them guys a handful, try to make up some ground and catch him.
Yeah, especially on a fairly smooth track right now.
I would venture a guess if you asked them about smooth, they wouldn't really...
Well, smoother, as opposed to smoothette.
They didn't do much in the backstretch.
No.
They've been working the corners, trying to give them some racing room in the corners, but they're letting that back part of the racetrack rut out and rhythm itself out right now. I'm sure they'll do a big grooming on it here mid-afternoon and then earlier in the evening, but right now the guy's trying to find a good rhythm through the back part, and Brunel's got it. Did a very nice double, and back into the corner.
Kenny Murphy has moved up and is in pretty good position right now. Kenny riding in the top 5, sitting 4th on his number 55. Prolite is 5th as they come by us. But right now, Lucas Brunel, I mean, yesterday he sandbagged just in qualifying out there. He just kind of rolled around and did enough to get in, and then they threw the green light on in the final yesterday in the Prolite, and he just was gone. He came out of there like he had a turbo underneath the hood of that skidoo. That's the New Mexico skidoo. And no change there. Vandell still riding in second. So these two have now gapped out the field. Coleman is in third. I'm pretty impressed with Coleman. He is seems to be pretty quick out here. Into fifth.
I looked down in the corner, and I think that is one of your race leaders, if I'm not
here's Brunel right here.
There's Brunel. Is that Vandell right there? It is. That's 212. So I'm sorry, it is a different skidoo. I'll keep an eye on that, and we'll get him when he comes back across.
And here's Coleman. He's still there. And then Kenny Murphy riding, and then behind Murphy as they drop back, that is Mike Prolite is in the number 5 position. So tough going out here, chasing the race leader, the New Mexico sled. Boy, he has taken to this short track racing in a big way.
322, Jesse James Bonadouche.
You know,
the driver is down.
Yeah, he has had a good weekend. All of a sudden, the lucky coin he was carrying in his helmet has gone.
Or another analogy, the wheel fell off or something like that, right?
That's right. So right now, it's watching our race leader work the backstretch through the minefield and trying to decide where he wants to pass these two guys running at the back. And you better get him in the straightaway because they're using pretty much the whole track. So now down into the turn, he's going to and he still didn't get by, so still struggling a bit with the two of them, and now he's going to move inside, and hopefully they'll stay outside, and big roost there. That green sled, the Arctic Cat, really got blistered. Got a face full of snow coming off going down into that turn.
That's the thing, though, and I think he'll try to get him in the corner here, he does, is that, you know, when he worked through the back part of the racetrack last time, he didn't get started on the rhythm section the way he wanted to. And if you don't get started right, you just can never get it back. Same thing there, you know, he didn't get it double the way he'd hoped to initially, and then he ends up just taking and riding all those big canyons. So we'll watch him as they continue to go around, because I'll tell you what, Vandell has made up some ground.
Yeah, Vandell's closing in. I was watching De Silva, Jake De Silva. Jake is kind of off the pace a bit. He's not running, you know, with the leader, Kenny Murphy. Murph is still trying. There's the 200 down into the turn, and that 200 machine is Leo Patnode. Patnode was a back row starter. So that tough going out here. No change out in front. Lucas Brunel over Eddie Vandell, over Coleman, over Prolite, over Murphy. So that's the top 5, and we're looking at 12 laps complete, as the leaders are swinging back again and coming down to come across. And Lucas Brunel looking to double up to win both of the Prolite finals for ECS on the same weekend, and that's a pretty good thing to do. That is a tough situation to conquer.
16 laps what they're running here, Jim, so as they come by, they should be getting 2 to go here very shortly. Working on their 13th circuit right now.
Brunel still out there looking. He was about 2.2 seconds ahead of the second place sled of Vandal. Vandel's got nothing to be ashamed of. There's Coleman, because he has absolutely had a good weekend here at the National. So, this Prolite. Lucas Brunel is on the New Mexico sled down the backstretch and very much in charge. Eddie Vandal still riding in that number 2 slot. White flag is out for Lucas on the New Mexico skidoo as he goes rolling up into the turn. Vandal still trying though, hasn't given up. Vandal cruising.
Boy, Brunel getting into all that lap traffic again.
Now Coleman, a pretty good lead. He should be able to ride it out and get to the finish. He's on the final lap, checkered flag. And Lucas doubles up on the weekend. Got the win again out here in this Prolite on the ECS Tour. East Coast Snowcross, traveling the length, the breadth, up and down, sideways, all over the Northeast, New England, New York. And I think, where are you guys going next? To Maine? Is that the next one for you guys? Up to Maine? So that is, they're going to be up in the state of Maine next, taking the ECS Tour up there. Brunel got the win. Vandal was second. Coleman third. Kenny Murphy fourth. Leo Padnode fifth. Mike Palat sixth. Billy Turner seventh. Jacob Lux is eighth. Jake De Silva was ninth. Andrew Bailey scheduled was 10th.
Talked about the fact that Chris Coleman had a good start, and as he continued racing, he qualified 10th, ends up in the podium. Very nice run for the driver out of Albany, New York.
Yeah, I mean, he's had all of a sudden, you know, I mean, I follow these guys, you know, I don't do as much with them as I used to, but you follow him, and Coleman is having a nice weekend. He's doing a good job.
Well, we will get our top podium finishers up there, and let's get ready for the ECS Prolite presentation. Finishers in the ECS Prolite class. In third place out of Albany, New York, on the Ingles Performance Woody skidoo, Chris Coleman. In second place out of Mohawk, New York, racing for Polaris Team Southside, and Interstate Homes on the number 212 Polaris, Edward Vandal. And your winner, out of St. Marcel, Quebec, Canada, racing for New Mexico, FXR skidoo and 139 design. He's on the number 228 skidoo, Lucas Brunel. Now let's go down trackside to Ashley Rambo.
Chris, tell me the differences between the track today and yesterday.
Track is a little rough, but I don't know for the final. It's already groomed, and I went out and had a good time out there. Yesterday was really rough, though.
Anybody you'd like to thank?
Well, thank you, Angle Performance. That's my dad for all the hard work he has done, and getting my set together. I've had a hard couple weeks, but it's together now. So.
Well, congratulations on third place. How's it going? How does it feel out there?